with weeks after Wayne Rooney came out through and confirmed to us that, really advised Kylian Mbappé to go on and join Manchester United. Darius has gone ahead to give us a story that United is 100% interested in signing Kylian Mbappé at all in next summer, that is of 2023. Then we are talking about the squad that has trained today at Carrington ahead of the game of Burnley. And lastly, we're going to talk about Scott McTominay and Lisandro Martinez, the conversation they had after Lisandro Martinez won the World Cup. Welcome to United Matters channel. It's Mbappe situation back into the equation. We're going to dissect it very well and give our honest view. And obviously, I'll be waiting for your own honest view to come in through and really see how we exchange ideas, because this is a game of exchanging ideas. Now, the Carabao Cup is back. Very many teams are playing in here, and others are really winning. The others are really being leveled by teams from the Championship. Remember, 5 teams from the Championship really crossed to the round of 16, and obviously they are really facing most of the Premier League teams. So let's get into this. Rock and David is my name, and let's start it off like this. Yesterday, Wayne Rooney came out and really gave Kylian Mbappé advice on his next club. He said PSG is not suited for him. I think a club like Manchester United would be perfect for him. He should go there next, either United or Real Madrid. So Wayne Rooney is giving Kylian Mbappé free advice that if you want to go to the Premier League, United better suits you. If you want to go to the La Liga, it's Real Madrid that better suits you. That's why Wayne Rooney said about Kylian Mbappé. When you look at Wayne Rooney, he knows what it means for United to have a player like Kylian Mbappé. Trust me, he's the next each thing. And if I told him Kylian Mbappé, I would choose either of the two because of the reasons that I'm going to give you next after bringing you this story of Kylian Mbappé being linked to Manchester United. And there is this bit of it that I really want to see you guys enjoy. And this is where Darius came in through and told us the following, that Manchester United have already expressed their desire to sign Kylian Mbappé, while Chelsea and Liverpool are considering it. United wanting to sign Kylian Mbappé. One, when I hear this story again, because this is the third time I'm hearing this story, it's a confirmation that we are having ideal buyers that are really having money. They are colored, they are ready to spend huge on the club of United to see to it that we get back to those glory days. Reason being, without spending, you cannot match the levels of Man City, Liverpool. Even look at Newcastle, though they're spending more better than us. And they're having a very huge financial stand than Manchester United as far as the backup is concerned, because we missed out on Cody Gakpo for only £40 million. £40 million. After spending 200, we wouldn't go ahead to spend more. That was the problem. So we missed out on him by only 40. But you think Newcastle would have missed out on a player like that? Because Newcastle, even on the deadline day, there is a player they want to sign at £60 million. That is Newcastle for you. So what does that send into the back of your mind? It shows you that football is now led by money. Because even when you are having a talented player with you, when you're not paying him a lot of money, a team will come out and tell the player, you're going to pay you £500,000 a week. What will you do? That means power is the new command. Money is the new commander in the game of football. What makes you huge and strong is how much money you are having. That is what you should consider in your mind. Because Chelsea has the money. They're having Tony Boyle, and you saw how much they spent. They spent 63 or 65 on Chukwueze, 75 on Fofana. They had to spend 50 on Raheem Sterling. That is almost £200 million. They brought in Chukwueze. They brought in Koulibaly. They brought in a lot of players, and they're still going. They've already signed a player called Nkunku at 60 million euros, and they are continuing to go on and sign more and more players to the club. They're interested in signing the young and the old who can come in and really get the job done at Chelsea. Their plan is to see to it that in 2030, most of the team of Chelsea will be picked from the academy talent. That's it. So Mbappe being linked to Manchester United is really a very great idea. I would love to see it. And obviously, if you are Kylian Mbappe and you want to threaten Real Madrid, such a story needs to get out, because I think they might have gotten misunderstandings with Real Madrid and Florentino Perez after going out to miss him out over the summer, and he renewed his contract with PSG. I think it pissed him off, and that's why he went on and signed Enrique, the Brazilian 16-year-old, for 65 million euros. And I believe if at all Real Madrid had a plan of re-signing Kylian Mbappe in the summer, would they have gone ahead to spend that amount of money on that young man who is just 16, who is going to be of help to Real Madrid in the next 2 years? Because 65 million euros, when you add them to the 160 they were going to buy him last summer, that is like 200 million euros. I believe PSG will accept such an amount of money to go on and buy Kylian Mbappe to take him to a team called Real Madrid. So I believe Madrid got pissed off, and I believe this is where United and the Premier League comes in as a next destination for Kylian Mbappe. But to me, that sounds to me and smells money from the new owners of Manchester United. Maybe they've started doing things in the background, and the Glazes have already given up because it's Christmas time. People are, they're on holiday. I believe we are going to see this takeover even happen before March, according to me, because these stories of linking us to Kylian Mbappe and very many other players like Frankie de Jong, Jude Bellingham, those players are really going to be moved from their clubs on a hefty price. 80 million euros, Frankie de Jong. 150 million euros, that is Jude Bellingham. Kylian Mbappe is at 250 million euros or 300 million euros because he's the most expensive player right now on the world market. Meaning, if United is to go on into such stories, obviously that calls in for another huge development as far as getting money is concerned. Now, the Darius continued to let us know about this story that Mbappe is willing to make an economic effort to lower his salary, and also hopes that there will be a gesture from PSG and the Qatar owners opening up to negotiate a transfer for less than 150 million euros. I don't believe in this. Mbappe can't leave PSG at 150 million euros, although he really made an extension of 2 years on his contract. But even when he was left with 1 year on his contract, Real Madrid had made a bid of 160 million euros. So I believe this deal will happen at around 200 million euros, if at all any team is supposed to go on and really sign him. But it depends on what Ten Hag really wants. I think Ten Hag will tell the owners that if at all you have a budget of getting me Kylian Mbappe and other players, it's okay. If at all you only have a budget to sign on Kylian Mbappe and not get me other players, then let's go in to bring in other players. So it will depend on the owners, the new owner's budget. If the budget is there, like to spend, like with a plan to spend like 500 million euros in a single summer, a record breaking, then that will happen. But if at all he has like 200 or 300, he'll tell him, please, let's get the likes of Frankie de Jong, Jude Bellingham, Casido, let's get in Vlahovic. Let's get in those players. Then when time comes, when I believe my squad is really fully unset, we'll go in and sign in Kylian Mbappe. But I believe if we go in and qualify for the Champions League, and when you look at the performance at Manchester United, obviously Kylian Mbappe would love to come and play for United. Do you know why? The reason as to why, towards the World Cup break, Mbappe flew and went to Real Madrid and obviously caused chaos that he really wants to get out of PSG. It's because of Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland plays for Manchester City. You know that very well. And he's scoring in goals for fun. He has 21 goals. 21 goals. In how many games played? He has played like, I think 17 games. He has 21 goals. Kylian Mbappe has been really in total shock. And how do you counter that shock? You have to go on and make a move to the Premier League to silence Erling Haaland, because Erling Haaland looks like he's in his own world. So Kylian Mbappe, I think a move to Manchester United would be considered by him, provided United puts in a good offer for him. Concerning money, it's not the problem, because United have been paying Ronaldo close to £800,000 a week. So £1 million a week for Kylian Mbappé will be okay. And no player at United will go on and hesitate or go on and complain that why United is paying him that amount of money, because he deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it. Secondly, the war of the Ballon d'Or, or the next God. Kylian Mbappé has made 24. I believe he can tee up the Premier League for 3 seasons, and then at 27, he can find out any club where he's going. But he has to put in consideration that the Premier League is really one of those leagues that has taken over. With Haaland at the Premier League, every year that Man City will go on and win the Champions League, trust me, Haaland will go on and be in contention of winning the league, or sort of winning the Ballon d'Or. That's it. That's it. So how do you counter him? I think you come to Manchester United. First and foremost, United are really rivals with Man City. I think that game of Kylian Mbappé versus Erling Haaland, if it also happened twice a season at Old Trafford and Etihad Stadium, it would be one of the most watched games in world football. And Kylian Mbappé obviously will enjoy this, because for him, he plays well on all the 3 attacking forward positions: the right forward, center forward, and left forward. He can play very well, and I believe if at all he makes United as a choice, that will be good. But it will depend on the decision Erik ten Hag is going to make and the new owners on how the spending plan is going to be. But one thing that might not see him join Manchester United, his ego. His ego is too much. His ego is too much, and Ten Hag doesn't want to deal with players like those. But for him, he won't cause problems to Erik ten Hag, because Ten Hag will always play him, because he can come in, press, run, and do the needful, other than Ronaldo, who couldn't really deliver for the manager, and they fell out. Now, the Carabao Cup is really on, being played now. I've seen Newcastle struggling to go on and really win games of football. But obviously, United is preparing for Burnley tomorrow, and the players that are really reported to training as follows. United training squad for the Burnley game: De Gea, Heaton, Dubravka, Bishop, Vitek, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Williams, Maguire, Bennett, Lindelof, Shaw, Malacia. Then Scott McTominay, Freddie, Eriksson, Casemiro, Ikbo, Danny Van Beek, Bruno Fernandes, Alejandro Garnacho, Rashford, Anton Martial, Anthony Elanga, Anthony, and Pelestri. That is the squad of United training today, and obviously we expect them to come in through and play a beautiful game of football against Burnley. But Burnley is really going to be a very tricky side, because they are leading the league, the championship, and they are bringing a very good style of football. If they don't play pragmatic, I believe it's going to be an easy game for us. But if they play pragmatic and sit back, I think we need players to go on and open up their defense. But I think we have them. Garnacho can open, Anthony can open, Martial can, Rashford can, Bruno Fernandes can, Danny Van Beek can do with his penetrative passes, and obviously, who else is going to come from bench in the game of football? Casemiro can come in through and get the job done. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. That was just a snippet of what I wanted to go on and tell you about who and which player really trained today at Carrington. Now, Scott McTominay has held an interview with Athletic, and he has really said lots of things that we're going to go on and really bring to you later. But one of the most important ones is that Scott McTominay said he messaged Lisandro Martinez the other day and said congratulations. He said we go for the next game. He's just won a World Cup. So that shows the mentality in the group. That's what Scott McTominay is really telling the Athletic about Lisandro Martinez. And obviously the winning mentality is one of those things that you need to have at your team. And it's one of the points I really forgot to talk about when you're bringing Kylian Mbappé. Kylian Mbappé is a man who can really win you finals, like you saw him in the finale of the World Cup. He came out and really scored a hat-trick, and he's the kind of man every team would love to go on and have, especially in a situation where you are playing teams with players like Kylian Mbappé, they're having Gabriel Jesus, meaning that to have an extraordinary player like Kylian Mbappé, who has a blistering pace, good set of footwork, his step-overs are good, he's so clinical in and outside the 18 box area. obviously, I believe that puts him at a far much better point of joining the club, and will help us a lot. But Scott McTominay talking to Lisandro Martinez, he's in Argentina. They've arrived today. The trophy parade has been made today. So they're really having lots of things that they are not really yet done. But I believe he's returning next week. I think around Sunday he will be in Manchester. Then he will train on Monday with the club, with Rafael Varane. The manager will do a proper assessment on these players to see whether they'll go on and really attend or be part of the squad of United that is going to play against Nottingham Forest. But I 100% believe that's what it's going to be. They are going to be part, and I know one of those will feature, or both will come in and play, because they know one another. Provided they pass the late fitness test and they prove them that they can go on and play the game of football, obviously they'll be fit to play in the game of Nottingham Forest, because we need to kickstart the Premier League with a win. As we want a win tomorrow against Burnley, we also want a win against Nottingham. That's it. Thank you guys for watching in through. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. May the metal protect you abundantly. I'm out.